Ahoy, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. How are you doing? It's the 4th of July, isn't it? So I'm wearing my America merchandise. How's life? First things first, let's put the BBC on, shall we, and see what absolute commie gibberish they're spewing out this evening. Bish, bash, bosh. There it is. Okay. I reckon reform is going to surprise us. They've got to get at least... 6 million, 7 million votes? There's fucking loads of people voting for him. Oh no, it's the final hour. I think, aren't they allowed to show exit polls at 10 o'clock? Labour landslide predicted. No fucking shit. Anyway, who's in? What's happening? Who's in? Vote Gobbletron. Yeah, sadly, Gobbletron hasn't got any seats. Professor Andy's in. All right, how you doing, Denise? Habitual turnip twister, nice one. Good to see you in. D. Doherty, Gav Wilkinson, JP's networking channel, Parmore Parade, Carl Burton, Jack McLeod Jr., Jojo Gizmo, Tony K. Oh, fucking hell, there's loads of yous in. 326, you boring bastards. You must all be up waiting for the results, are you? Let's put this on a bit bigger. There we go. Is that better or what? I guess you want to see the. The electoral map. So we'll leave the big screen up. I'll just quickly crack my tinny. I've got Werner the fantastic Aldi version of Budvar. It's not bad. In fact, it's one of the best lagers you can buy out here because Americans, they do some decent beers. IPA and shit like that, but they don't do a good fucking lager. So what are we looking at? All right, 13 seats looks like. That's fucking good. Shame Con's never got none. Let's have a look. Landslide, yeah, no shit. Plaid Cymru's down to 4. How did the Greens get 2? You know what's real fucking strange about you? It shows that we're the commie activist media is just massively taking the slash. They ran that fake poll, fake news, with an activist actor who, by the way, remember, definitely is an actor. Because, in fact, we'll put the screen bigger for a bit while we wait. That bloke is 100% an actor. He's more of a thespian than fucking Ian McClellan, right? Because in the last couple of years, we've had thousands upon thousands of people arrested and criminally charged for banter. There was a case, 5 coppers got arrested. In fact, shall I put that on before we start going through all... Before we start going through the election thing, because I want to make this point clear, just how devious and sneaky the British establishment and how fucked you are in the UK, because they've been stitching yous up for years, okay, massively, and everyone's a normie. Even some of my best mates from back home, I talk to them, and they just say weird, demonstrably wrong shit. Like, when I was telling them on WhatsApp about that Sam Mellier, my mate said, he's a full-blown Nazi, though. He worshipped Adolf. I was like, why would a red-blooded Englishman worship a fucking Austrian one-bollock dictator when we were basically raised off the idea that our finest hour was beating the Nazis? Like, when we were kids, that was all we learned, wasn't it? As a band, between the age of about 1960 and 1999, all you learned was finest hour, finest hour. They're not... I don't even like saying the N-word, the other N-word, the 4-lettered one, because you get stitched up by YouTube. But they aren't. They're just normal, reasonable nationalists. It's not a dirty word. The Orange Oracle, to his credit, outright came out and said it. Yeah, I'm a nationalist. Who cares? What's wrong with being a nationalist? There's nothing wrong with loving your country and your people and your nation. Rotten Politics is in. On the off chance anyone who watches me isn't subscribed to him because he's bigger than me, yeah, go and subscribe. He's a good lad. He talks sense. Logic. It's definitely in the fucking twilight years of its career. Logic, isn't it? So yeah, just to quickly cover this, right? This is just one of thousands of examples I could pick. So Sam got sent to prison for stickers, and none of them were offensive. There was no foul language. There was nothing about. There's no N-bombs. There was no racial slurs. They said things like "it's okay to be white." Didn't even say it's good. Didn't even go that far. It's good to be. It's decent being a white bloke. No, I just put "it's okay," and locked him up and said you can't see your children. And here's another good example. Everything's backwards. Former UK police officers sentenced for sending racist. So this is a private conversation. I'll tell you what. I hope they nick me when I land in Heathrow next. Because me and my mates have loads of banter on WhatsApp. I'm telling you now, MI5, because I'm happy to be a martyr. I'm like one of Alan's lads. I'm a martyr. I hope they stop me in Heathrow Airport and bum me over over a bench in the rivals. Because they'll prove me right. They'll prove me right. I've been telling you, you're living in an Orwellian hellscape for years, and they'll prove me right. I hope I get fingered by Mustafa in the fucking Arrivals lounge, because they'll just prove everything I've said to be true. Hiya, Anthony Kirkwood, how you doing? These blokes were in a private chat having a bit of banter. It says, there she is, fucking absolute spunk Bowser. She could suck a golf ball through a 40-foot hose. She's got a mattress fucking strapped to her back. Yo-yo naked fucking Jezebel that she is. 6 former London police officers were given suspended prison sentences for sharing offensive and racist messages on WhatsApp. So it's banter. It's banter. Offensive. You can't prosecute someone for offensive because everyone can find anything offensive, can't they? How do you prove it? You could say, I like daffodils. I'll say, oh, I'm a professional fucking florist. That offends me, you cunt. What are you doing saying that? I prefer Cadbury's over fucking round trees. You can't tell me you love a Kit Kat. That's offensive. Oh, that's offensive. Prosecute him. Who decides what offensive is? Oh, it's impossible. You can't police it. The Communications Act and all the shite that started since Blair has to get fucking deep six because it doesn't make sense. And if you know anything about civics and about Locke and the founding of our liberal democracy, you can't lock people up, take them to court, prosecute them or give them suspended sentences for saying, ooh, offensive, ooh. It's bollocks. So, just to clarify, these men were given charged, arrested, suspended prison sentence for sharing memes on WhatsApp. But the plummy accented professional actor, activist who works for Channel 4 was used to smear reform for 2 weeks and called a fascist and a Nazi. And he's on video, and it went out on Channel 4. These blokes, don't forget, were arrested and criminally charged for sending private messages in a WhatsApp group that's fucking encrypted. If you listen to Data, Android, Mark Zuckertwat, right, it's fucking double encrypted. Didn't put it out in a public forum. They all got suspended prison sentences for memes. But this bloke went on national television slagging off the Prime Minister, calling him Harry Paxter. Yeah, I don't think that's a slur, is it, Harry Paxter? I invented that one. If you don't know, Bootneck's put the word Harry in front of lots of things, like Harry Black, whatever, right? This fella called him Harry Paxter, and it went out live on Channel 4. He said, use the fucking gun, use the boat migrants for target practice. This is what this fella said, right? And it went on live on television. He hasn't been charged with anything. Weird that, innit? Weird. You send a meme on WhatsApp, they somehow dig it up and give you a suspended prison sentence. But if you're a plummy-voiced professional actor working for the Channel 4, I mean, definitely not an actor, and you say, slag off the racially abused the Prime Minister, and then say you're going to shoot people on the beaches, Essex police said, nah, didn't do nout. No, totally sound him. Never broke the fucking law. So I'm not going to go on too much. We'll go back to the election. But just to clarify, thousands of people get nicked for sharing memes. But the professional actor that the media class, the government, the civil service, the judiciary, the College of Policing, Essex Police, all of the establishment, he definitely wasn't an actor. No, he was definitely a reform guy, definitely. But he's not being charged for going on the television and saying you should shoot fucking innocent people. So ask yourself, is he an actor or is he an activist? I've shot me bolt. The case, I fear, is closed, ladies and gentlemen. If you are still blind to it, you are seriously mentally ill. So unlucky. All right, let's get back to the elections. Bosh. Right then. Now, bear in mind that the one solace we have is, first, Reform are going to have got millions of votes to get 13 seats. Millions. They have performed better than anybody expected. They were all saying they'll only get 2 or 3 or 4. 13 votes, 13 seats in a country with a first past the post electoral system. They're going to have millions. Millions of them. And maybe it'll creep up a little bit. Because I don't know about you, but I've been telling you for ages, shy Tories is a good thing because we lie, don't we? We lie just to troll them. Like, I told you, like, if I come out of a polling seat, centre now, I'd be like, hey, I voted for the Greens, yeah. I just lie. Every time a professional asks me anything, I fucking lie. Because I don't want to be, I don't want to in any way play the game anymore. Like, whatever I think will cause the most chaos, that's what I like. I'll just lie to them. Professional pollster. I feel no shame in doing it. So I'd be like, nah, I definitely voted Labour. So there is a chance that these are going to creep up a little bit because the exit polls are generally quite accurate. But yeah, there's a few good things to take. Yeah, 13 isn't the best, but it's not the worst. Second of all, they've got more than the SNP. So that's good. They've got more seats than the fucking SNP. So you can't complain about that. In fact, Reform have got more seats than the SNP and the Greens put together. And the Labour Party are at least going to have something like a decent opposition because Farage will be up in Parliament giving them the fucking good news. It's not bad for a first time. You have to give me the credit for this. How long have I been saying this for? I think about 3 years. 3 years, maybe. I mean, long-time viewers know. I've been saying it for about 3 years. I told you what was good. I said maybe you'd get 10, 15, 20% of the old Conservative voters, of which me and probably a lot of you are, who are finally going to hold the nose and go, I don't care. What have I been saying to you for years? I will see the commies in Downing Street before I vote for the Conservatives again, because you're just picking the slow death if you vote Conservative. So, first of all, there's a lot of high points to take from this. I was worried that almost everybody was going to shit the pants and just vote Conservative, and Reform wouldn't get any seats. There was a chance of that happening. There was a chance of Farage and all them getting edged out by a couple of hundred votes, because a load of wankers would go back to voting for the Conservatives. So there's loads of good positives to take from this. Instead of getting 0 seats, which could have happened, you'll probably have at least 13, maybe a few more if the shy Conservatives come out. Because, as I said, the exit polls aren't 100% accurate. 13 seats is a hell of an achievement for a brand new party. He's only fucking been campaigning for 4 weeks. Our Froggy Overlord. So what we need to think of a good nickname for him. Froggy Farage. I like Orange Oracle for Trump. I've tried to coin that term. That hasn't really took off. I'm not big enough. We need a good one for Farage. Don't barrage the Farage. That doesn't roll off the tongue easy enough. But yeah, it's been a bit of a fucking shit show definitely for the Conservatives. They're fucking done. Right? So this is Operation Fuck the Tories is now underway. A month of campaigning, at least 13 seats. The cons are an embarrassment, have been decimated. And now you need the 50, 60% of people that are still sticking with the Tories to realise that the actual real option for people that lean right or are right-wing is the Reform Party. Ragnar, what beer are you on, darling? I told you this is my favourite. This is it's Aldi's version of um Budvar, Werner Gruner, or Staro Pramen, isn't it? You can tell by the can. Is it? Yeah, it's Staro Pramen, right? It's a fucking good drink. So I'm saying it's one of the best lagers you can buy out here. All the lagers the American breweries make, like there's this brewery around the corner from my house, Solvang. Um, the lager's like piss. They don't know how to make a good lager out here. And Aldi's version of Staro Pramen, top draw, top draw. Naffy piss water, you're fucking having a laugh, aren't you? This is a good drink, this. Naffy piss water, when I was in, was fucking tenants. Tenants. I'd rather drink me granddad's piss. I wouldn't wash my fucking car with tenants Pilsner. Absolute piss. I am a big drinker of anything with alcohol in it. However, lager's all right. My favourite is real ale. When I go back to England, I really do miss real ale now. I mega got into it when I was in my like sort of 30s. I fucking love it. I love going into a Weatherspoons place and just going through all the taps. I don't stick with one. Go through all of them. I must have drank thousands in my life now. I love real ale. I love Doom Bar. Landlord's probably my favourite pint off the top of my head. Tim Taylor's Landlord, fucking banging. British beer is the best in the world. I tell Americans this all the time. Like, yeah, our food's not the best, but British beer, real ale, is banging. Like, I think it's fantastic, and I miss it. I miss it like an old dead brother living out here. Can't get real ale, so it's a bit of a twat. Let's have a look. What's this max damage today? Down south to Poland queue. The only pipe. Yeah, reform. Everyone's amped up for reform. If you go on the polls on Twitter, there was the Spectators poll. 71% said they were going for reform. Trigonometry, Sargon's channel, any of the big channels that were running a poll with decent numbers on, everyone was talking about reform. That's what I'm saying. The buzzing, reform are buzzing. And Farage is a better orator than any of the fucking rats who work for the big parties. That Davy dog shit. I'd rather listen to my grandparents fucking than listen to him. Keir Starmer has got the fucking personality of a house brick, right? Rishi Peanut Head Dwarf. He's just gone, right? He's fucking gone. He's going to be out here. He'll probably move in next door to me, the little shit. If I see him in my local, I'll punch his fucking face in, the little cunt. So it hasn't been terrible. It hasn't been terrible. Oh, how peculiar. Fantastic. You know, when I was living in York with our lass, she loves real ale. She's a Yank. So as soon as she started drinking that, she was like, this is fucking amazing. Doesn't give you an hangover either. And we visited all them breweries in Massam, and they're all together. Black Sheep as well. That was because the brother fell out with the Theakston's family, wasn't it? You go to Massam, there's shitloads of good breweries. So yeah, I miss it. Miss it like an old dead relative. Get one on my phone. Too many in the chat now. I'm up to nearly 1,000. It's fucking getting confusing. Yeah, so Tim Taylor, who's slagging off Tim Taylor's there? Arsehole. Right, anyway, I can't keep reading the chat, I'll get confused. So, Labour landslide predicted. Let's just let's do a refresh, shall we? Here we are. So yeah, this is just the exit poll. As I said, it might go up slightly. The exit polls have been accurate in the past because they literally ask every person when they're leaving the polling centres. It's been pretty accurate. So there's no surprises here. Like I said, I think you've got to be optimistic when you look at what's gone on in they've had 4 weeks and they've got 13 seats. There was a chance they'd get none. I was predicting you'd get 10-15% of the Conservative voters. In the areas where it counted, where you had the charismatic reform candidates, you had tens of thousands of people turn out for them. And 13 is a good result. Definitely could have got a good result there. So I'll take that. That's better than a boot up the arse, as my old dad used to say. If you live in England, move to fucking Clacton. It's probably the only place where you're not going to get fingered by commies. I don't know if he's got much authority over the local bobbies, but yeah, that's where you want to go. That's where you want to go now. Nigel must have Clacton. He must have. If they've got 13 seats, he's the face of the party. I would assume he's took Clacton. 13's good for 4 weeks. It's almost exactly what I've been saying for the last 5 years, isn't it? It's almost exactly what I've been saying. I said you might get 10, 15, 20% of the Tory voters defect to reform, and then they need to learn that the new alternative is not going to be conservative, it's going to be reform. And hopefully 2029, if you're still allowed to vote, that'll be the year that we fucking kill the Conservatives forever. Because they deserve it, don't they? They deserve it. Rat bastards that they are. It astounds me how bad the Conservatives have done. They've certainly took me by surprise. Like, I'm embarrassed to say I voted for Boris Johnson. As I said to you lot, I think this is why everyone calls you like an extremist or a fanatic. But as I said, it's just a slur. They call you names when they don't know anything about you. Those of you that have followed this channel, it's kind of weird that they still try it with me, because you get lefties calling me fucking fascist and all this type of stuff. I've been doing this for 5 years now. I've literally got thousands of hours of me talking on the internet. Everything I say, I'm an open book. It's all out there. Thousands and thousands of hours. I'm not an extremist in any way. I'm a reasonable centrist, old school libertarian turned right-wing fucker because they made me into one by their behaviour. I voted for boring, wet, milquetoast albino jellyfish, little fat, saggy fucker, Boris Johnson. Now I despise him because I liked him. That's what I've said about Meghan Markle. I liked Meghan Markle. When Meghan Markle first came to England, I was like, oh, this is good. My missus is American. She's young. She's bonny looking. It'll be good to get some new blood in the royal family. I like to see this. Oh, nice one. Yeah. The reason I hate the fucker is because I'm like a battered wife. Love turns to hatred very, very fast. And it's the same thing with the fat, saggy, porridge-faced albino jellyfish and his dirty, horrible, sliming, lying, low-down, four-flushing, scum-sucking sack of shit party. That's why. Because they said, we're the libertarians. Oh, he's Churchillian in his aspect. Oh, yeah. And then he came in and he was like, fucking green agenda. It was like we voted for fucking Jill Stein or one of them watermelon communists. Boris Johnson's fucking like AOC, the little fat fuck. If Reform get a similar vote to Conservative and 10% of the seats, that's a great case for PR. It is. And that's something else I voted against back in the day, PR. Again, you live, you learn, right? I don't hide my mistakes. You live, you learn. Sid Brown's joined up. Now then, Sid, how you doing? Nice to see you. I nearly be in 3 figures there as well. You wouldn't think I was getting bent over my kitchen table and fingered by Susan for the last 4 years, would you? Welcome to the chat and welcome to the channel. Boris is the only... yeah, he stitched us all up, didn't he? This is what I'm saying. Love turns to hate. That's why I absolutely hate the fat fuck. Let me lift my chair up a bit. I think my chair's broke. Keeps making me look like a dwarf. Yeah, honestly, that's why I hate him. That's why I hate him so much. Because 4 or 5 years ago, I was completely hoodwinked and I listened to all the shit he said. And I thought he was a libertarian candidate. And it isn't. If you're talking about membership, I think it's cheaper than that. I made it as cheap as you possibly could. I think it's $3. So that's about £2.50 as far as I'm aware. I don't think you could make it any cheaper. I mean, I'll happily do it. I'm not really in it for the money. It's more to just, have some sort of pecking order for when I give shit away. You can't just throw it out to everyone. Boris fucked up Brexit. He didn't even do it. That's what I'm saying. This is why we hate him. Because we bought into all the shite, didn't we? He took us all for fucking... He did. He took us all for mugs. Little fat porridge-faced albino jellyfish. I hate him. I think it's... I'm like I said, I'm like a battered wife. The reason I hate him as much as I do is because I have reasonable, middle of the road opinions, and essentially his position on numerous things was no different from someone on the far left, was it? The watermelon communists on the very far left agreed with Boris Johnson 50% of the time. He was trying to impress fucking Carrie, wasn't he? What do they call her? Carrie Antoinette. That's all it was. It's unbelievable. Get a few stiff shots on me. Labour's going to give you content for years. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, every cloud. I live in the States now, so I don't have to deal with it. So every cloud. There's going to be an endless stream of content when the commies start putting you lot through the fucking ringer. But what else have I been telling you for the last 4 years? Batten down the hatches. Find out if it's legal and then buy it. I'm talking about weaponry. Like, I can't tell anyone bad advice that's going to get them nicked, because they are going to come for you. But get whatever you can that's legal. Tool up. Fill your house with fucking legal weaponry. Buy some MREs or some fucking 24-hour ration packs. Get some of those life straws, you know, where you can like drink rivers and puddles and shit. You need to be prepping, because under the Tory, under the commies, it's going to go very badly wrong very quickly. They're literally arresting thousands of people for tweeting. And it's as bad as it's going to get. As I said, nothing hasn't been captured. The police, the judiciary, the College of Policing, the state, the mainstream media, all the TV networks, all the radio networks, all the printed media, the schools, the colleges, they've been captured by like 8% of the population that are militant, aggressively woke, and they have no inhibitions about persecuting you, because like I keep telling you, unlike us, they don't merely think that the majority of the flock are stupid. As I've told you, I do not hate the average wokeist. You can't hate them because they've been misled. The average wokeist has been misled. They've been indoctrinated in school, let down by the parents, not taught critical thinking, brainwashed. And they, as a result of that brainwashing, think you're a bad person. And this is why they're dangerous. And as I've told you a lot before, C.S. Lewis's famous quote about, you know, he'd prefer to be ruled over by robber barons than these fucking fascists who think that everything they're doing to you, they're tormenting you, is for your own good. That's why we're in this problem. Because the high priests of the woke crowd, like Owen Jones and AOC and the fucking like, and Afua Hirsch and Laurie Penny and that Zara Sultana and Mary Black and all of them, they've brainwashed an entire fucking generation of people. So they think you're evil. We think they're stupid. We think they're ignorant. We think they're idealistic, like children. But they think you're evil. So they'll torment you without even being pricked by the conscience. Think of that. Fat Tony's been a member for 3 months. Well done, Fat Tony. We've all been led into the woods. Yeah, we're all getting fed into the fucking wood chipper. So I'm telling you, honestly, you got to get told up. Defo's got to get told up. They'll come get you. They'll come get you. That's what I was telling Pob, that little Pob-looking, pucker-lipped fucker, Michael Gove. The Pob-looking twat. The only solace I take is that if they're feeding me into the wood chipper next time I take a trip home, Gove will be on the fucking conveyor belt next to me. I hope they go around his house. He'll get a double knock, won't he? He'll get a knock off the commies, and then he'll get a knock off the fucking Abu Hamzas. So yeah, and I don't care anymore. I don't care. Because they've absolutely diddled us all. TDS is a mental disorder of the weak and infirmary. Yeah, we know. We know, and this is what I'm saying. The reason, even though I've been shadow banned and silenced into oblivion, I've got so many subs now, is because long-time followers have watched the thousands of hours of content and know that I'm a reasonable chap. If it's logical, I'll force myself down that road. Logic rules. I always evaluate my own position. I face the mirror. If I make a mistake, I admit it. I'm willing to hold my hands up. If it's logical, I will follow the road where it lays, no matter how difficult it is. And I didn't like Trump. I've told you, I found a blog that I wrote in like 2014 or something saying like, oh yeah, Trump's terrible. Like, why would you vote for him? Vote for Bernie Sanders. I'm a liberal. And they've made me into a Trumper. And they've made me into a nationalist. And they've made me into a anyone but Labour con Greens. Because they're insane. They're mentally deficient. Weak, sparrow-boned, fucking soy boys. The average soy boy has a skeleton like Mr. Glass off Unbreakable. You wouldn't even need to punch them. You'd just blow on them and they'll go, fall off the curb and shatter fucking 80 bones. These people are mentally ill, physically and mentally weak. Soy boy, loser, sparrow-born fucking losers. Hey, Peter Atkinson's joined the channel as well. Well done. As I said, I keep talking about doing giveaway. I'll do one next live stream, right? Do one. I've been playing around with my printer, trying to print shit out good. I got some cardstock and a super expensive printer. And I've been printing some of my shit out, and it looks pretty good. This one was me experimenting with some, I'm trying to make some stuff for me wall. Staithes, North Yorkshire, like that. I like to be reminded of home in my little haven over here in California. And it's getting pretty good. My printer's fucking Gucci. So I'll do some playing around with me pencil and pen and ink drawings and do some scanning and colour some in. And I'll do another giveaway, and I've still got some shite stickers. So yeah, if you want to be in the draw, jump in and I'll fucking add you. Oh, and Stephen English as well. Holy shit, I've got tons of them piling in now. And Mr. Maximum, well done, lads. And Phil Young, holy shit, plenty of yous have turned up today. I appreciate it. It does motivate me to keep doing this because, needless to say, Suzar, no, it's not Suzar anymore. Who is it now? Fucking Neil won't be looking after me with me. Neil demonetizes my most pleasant milquetoast content. I could put a video out of me skipping through the daisies for half an hour and YouTube would say, oh, we can't monetize this content, you horrible bastard. Yeah, he did, Bobby Daz. And you know what? That turned out, following advice from sensible people, I monetized my channel, and within 3 months, I'd got 20,000 additional subscribers and 5 times the views. So it turns out the weasel rat bastards that run this infernal platform don't show your shit to anyone unless you monetize. And then if you monetize and you get some members and they can actually skim off the top like a fucking parasite lawyer, then they will actually at least show the people that follow you your content. So now my videos at least get 10,000 views as opposed to 200. So yeah, I guess I was wrong about that one as well, Ed. What do you want me to say? Like, is that some sort of appalling hypocrisy, is it? The whole plan is to get people to fucking watch it. If I've even changed one mind doing YouTube for 5 years, that's a win. That's a win. Seems like the more cash you get, the more members you get, the more they'll actually show you to people, and then the more minds you'll change. So that sounds like a good thing to me. Fuck them, right? Ultimately, you've got to work inside the system. I'm sure Farage is thinking the same, really, isn't he? After not being an MP for 25 years. It was a long time coming, Matt. Yeah, you can't say I didn't try. It must have been 3.5 years before I monetized my channel, right? Should have done it 2 years earlier. If I'd done it 2 years earlier, maybe I'd be somewhere better. And what's this shit? Is he giving all the chat? No, I'm not. No. Unlike left-wing cunts, I'm actually not a bad person and I don't lie professionally. So I'm happy to say that the paltry sum that I do make, generally I spend on booze. I mean, I don't make 4 figures. It's not a lot of money. Average month I'll make about fucking $700 or $800 or something, and I spend it on booze. So yeah, fuck them, right? I don't charity. I think in this day and age, not only is it moral to cheat on your taxes because you're only going to pay for bombs that we drop on babies, it's moral to fucking not give money to charity. Go out and do good deeds. I do that all the time. I help old ladies over the road. If I'm ever in the car park anywhere and I see someone struggling with a box, I'm the type of bloke who runs over because I'm very extroverted. It says, all right, love, do you want an hand with that, pet? I'll do shit like that. But if you give money to Oxfam, you're basically paying for a bloke to get a gobble off a child prostitute in Djibouti. So, no, not going to charity. Fuck off. With that fancy printer, you can print your own money. Yeah, that's a good fucking point, isn't it? That's just a stealth tax, isn't it? The way they are with money nowadays. I support women. Yeah, very, very fucking reasonable. Very reasonable. Can't beat a pint of John's. I'll take that. As I said, I miss English beer more than anything. It's a fucking good pint. Right, I've been ranting for ages there. Shall we have a look and see what the BBC's got to say in their live stream? Let's go and see what unmitigated commie gibberish they're putting up in the live stream, shall we? I'll make it big. Hang on. What the fuck do I do with that? Let's go. Well, yeah, trust me, it is going to a worthy cause. I will drink it all. I appreciate that, Scott Lyle. Exit poll suggests Labour set for a general election landslide. Keir Starmer's the new PM, 410 seats. Starmer thanks everyone who voted for us. Angela Rayner said the numbers are encouraging. Conservatives Mel Stride calls it a difficult moment for the party. Very difficult. No shit, Sherlock. And voting's closed. All quiet outside Sunak's house. I fucking pray Sunak loses his seat. Please, please, please let him have lost his seat. The little twat. I'd love it. I'd love it if they got 15,000 reform votes in Richmond and Sunak lost his seat. I'll fucking love it. The brutal battering he's led his party to. Yeah, because he was installed, for fuck's sake. Did you all watch that shit on Sargon's channel? He was Liz Truss's interview. He was installed. It was a coup. It was a coup. That's not hyperbole. It was a fucking coup. Ali Mac's a new member as well. Welcome, Ali Mac. Thank you for joining the channel. Hopefully, I'll be able to send you some shit art presently. All right. Yeah, he'll be my new neighbour. Like I said, and if I see him in my local, I'll punch his fucking... I'll roundhouse his fucking lips off. I'll give him so many fucking left, he'll beg me for a right, the little twat. The little dusky dwarf. He's getting absolutely... I'll fucking put him on a drip, the cunt. Anyway, yeah, so that basically Sunak was installed. That's why no one likes him. He was installed. Right? Obviously. There was a fucking bankers' coup. The Bank of England, which was removed from our control by Tony Blair. It all goes to fucking Blair. Always it goes to Blair. They performed a coup, leaked a load of shite, purposely fucked up the interest rate, printed more money. The whole thing was done on purpose. It was a coup. So I'm telling you, you're fucked because it's all on purpose. Is this not sinking in? I'm sure it is to the 1,000 people watching me, because if you're in here, you're based. It's all on purpose. It's all on purpose. I was arguing with one of my lefty mates tonight. Fuck it, I'm not reading anymore. I was arguing with one of my lefty mates tonight about this. It's on purpose. It's not by the old adage that I always liked when I was a reasonable centre-left chap about never assign malice when something can be explained by incompetence. That's all gone. It's all on purpose. These fucking rat bastards. George Soros. None of this is a conspiracy anymore. That baggy-faced, barren, green-backing, looking sack of rats. It's all on purpose. We know how to fix these problems. Orban's fixed these problems. You don't need to import a new generation of workers. You encourage your people to fuck each other by giving them tax breaks, by giving them cash incentives. If we can get a panda to fuck a panda, we can get English people to shag each other, can't we? Even a panda doesn't want to fuck another panda. You've got to show pandas panda porn. You've got to get the zookeeper in there hawk touring on the fucking pandas because they don't want to shag each other. If we can convince the pandas to shaft each other, we can get people to do it in England, but we didn't because it was on purpose. Fuck me. Andy Harris, a new member. I thought you'd been a member for ages, Andy. Welcome to the fucking club. Think about it. They know what to do. They knew importing millions of badly educated men was gonna bankrupt us. They knew it was gonna do that. But they did it anyway, so it's on purpose. Do you think an illiterate, three-toothed Somalian knobhead is gonna bump the fucking economy up? If you make 26 grand a year, you're not paying into the economy. You're just not. If you throw in the using of the NHS, and they fucking all use the NHS, third world men have got teeth like a witch doctor's necklace. Your average Somalian immigrant's got fucking teeth like a burnt fence. He's straight to the fucking dentist the second he can get in. So there's 10 grand straight away sorting out the fucking horror show that is your average third world migrant man's fucking maw. It looks like he's got Cocoa Pops for fucking teeth, and you think he's going to pump money into the British economy. Are you having a laugh? Nick Ramsden, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Shit, I'm killing it tonight. Killing it. So this is what I'm saying. It was on purpose. You can only do three things, and it'd fix it. You aggressively enforce the border using the Navy. You only let in a couple of thousand immigrants a year, like very highly educated, high status ones that'll get jobs that pay 50k plus, and therefore they will be paying taxes and putting money into the economy. And then you encourage people to shag each other by giving them massive tax incentives. You say, oh, for your first kid, you'll get £8,000 off the taxpayer. Or if you're married, yeah, we don't want to be encouraging Mick fucking Philpott. There's loads of ways you can do it, and they didn't do any of it. There you go. This is what I'm talking about. Anyone who reads knows all this stuff. You're not chipping into the economy when you're making 23 grand a year. You're just not. And then they bring the fucking kids over. Immigration has cost the UK economy. I think I read it in Douglas Murray's book, in The Strange Death of Europe. I think it was about 40 billion. About 40 billion a year it cost us. Legal immigrants cost us money. And illegal immigrants cost us even more. It's 11 billion, I think. 11 billion for illegal immigrants and 29 billion for legal immigrants. So it's 40 billion a year. And this is it, because I don't want to sound like a politician, all the broken lives, right? Because I'm not a fucking politician. I know the cost of everything and the value of everything. Politicians know the cost of everything and the value of nothing. Oscar Wilde's famous quote. All they care about is coin. You know, I learned that from David Gemmell. There's a fantastic David Gemmell book. I think it's Skilgannon the Damned, White Wolf. And he's debating with this politician and he says, think of the coin, man. And he goes, oh my God, you're talking about coin? When he realizes that when he keeps saying cost, he's talking about injured veterans, dead kids. He keeps going on about cost. And it dawns on him that he's not talking about people. He's talking about money. That's politicians that don't give a fuck about the actual cost that normal people that aren't sociopaths care about, which is people. Even ignoring the 40 billion a year that they cost us. Let me just reel some off. Don't even need to Google it. Emily Jones, Lee Rigby, Little Safi, Manchester Evening News Arena, 7-7, Borough Market, London Bridge, 50,000 plus tortured and molested girls, injuries, acid attacks. Remember the acid attacker? Ooh, that's gone over everyone's head, hasn't it? Yeah, melting faces off in the name of tolerance. Rank, rampant anti-Semitism everywhere you look. Spewing abject hatred. The most aggressive misogyny you'll ever see. Them three fucking gay blokes in the rampant homophobia. Because the woke are mentally ill, which Sadwings pointed out. They are mental. It's literally the most conservative ideology you can possibly imagine in the world. The most conservative ideology, way, way more conservative than some wishy-washy fucking Baptist preacher. Wishy-washy. I bet you'd never hear that about a Baptist. Wishy-washy. Someone like Ted Haggard or fucking, any of them famous American Baptist preachers, they're like Boy George compared to fucking Abu Hamza. Think, you woke dickhead. Think. Someone like Billy Graham compared to Osama or Abu Hamza or that oily fucking lawyer. What's he called? He's up in court again. They're like Julian fucking Clary compared to Abu Hamza. And the Christian Baptist preachers are the most tolerant liberal people ever compared to hardcore muzzies. Fucking hardcore. And the Billy Graham compared to Abu Hamza. He's like Jean-Paul Gaultier. Hello, my British germs. It's fucking mental. It's mental. And they're mentally ill. Because they go, intolerant conservative Christian, intolerant conservative Christian, intolerant conservative Christian, intolerant conservative more. Hang on, he's brown. Therefore, he's a liberal. Yeah, doesn't matter what he says. They could literally go on television and they do it and go, yes, of course, the homosexuals, of course, it is in the book, they must be killed. Don't know why they sound German. I was watching a video of about 50 of them in that Finsbury Park mosque, and they were all proper militant. And this bloke's like, they call us extremists. They call us extremists. Well, I'm just going to read you from our holy book, peace be upon him, the most holy book in the world. I'm just going to read you. And he's like, yeah, kill them all. Is that extremism? No, it's normal. Owen Jones has got to take a fucking face plant off the top of the shard. Is that extreme? No, it's not extreme. No, it's normal, isn't it? Yeah, do we all think that? Yeah, we all think that. And he just reels it off. Women should do as they're told. Legally bum your wife against her will. Legally Roger a 12-year-old. Legally throw Boy George off the fucking sky, off the multi-story car park roof. They're literally the most conservative people in the entire country. By far. Way, way more conservative and right-wing than Justin fucking Welby or whatever he's called. But because they've got a bit of a tan, the Guardian readers go, oh yeah, they're brilliant then. Lovely fucking blokes. I was like, you do realise you're the biggest victim. I keep telling them this. I can't get my head round it. I was like, don't you understand? It won't be that bad for me. It won't be that bad for me. I'll just pretend I've converted, shag like my 4 wives, and if they complain, punch the face in. That's how they do it. That's how they do it. Batter your fucking missus. Batter your mother-in-law. Well, you can't blame them for that because they've got fucking 8. Right? If I had 8 mother-in-laws, maybe I'd fucking chin them as well. I can tolerate one. This is why Western men are much more women's rights, socially liberal when it comes to women's equality. Because when you've only got one woman, one mother-in-law, you don't feel a sudden urge to punch fuck out of her. Right? If I was surrounded by them, imagine if you had 8. Pecking at you all fucking day. Every room you go in, there's a mother-in-law there waiting for you. Fucking ambush you. It'd take me 2 days and then I'd be swinging, I'd be breaking fucking jaws left, right and centre. So that's why Western, you almost can't blame them for being misogynists. But that's what they are. Gross misogynists. They are literally, and they'll happily tell you with their own voice, they are the most militant misogynists, homophobes, racists, sexists. Everything they hate, they are. And we're importing millions of them every year. Millions and millions of them. And they think it's good because they've got a tan. Fucking, you can't make it up. It's like the world's gone completely fucking mad. So that's good, that, innit? I love that. Fucking world's gone completely tonto. And there you go. Scott Lyle, he's joined as well. And Chip Hazard. Holy shit, I don't think I've had 10 members in a night. I think that's the best I've had. That's a good night, that. Cheers. I'll do a giveaway next live stream. I'll do some fancy printing and I'll give some away, and some dog shit stickers that I got printed off Redbubble. Let's refresh this, shall we? That was a long enough rant. But, so, seats are just starting to come in. Exit polls are probably accurate. As I said, could be worse. Rishi's completely fingered his party. Worst job ever. The SNP, Plaid Cymru and the Greens have all got less seats than Reform. I'll take that. Can't say fairer than that, can you? Mortgage rises look to have... the reaches they'll stoop to. You know what it was? Yeah. It's a mortgage rise. Yeah. I voted to lower immigration and bang through Brexit and get us independence. And what I got was 50,000 bum kids, 3 million immigrants in 2 fucking years. They've literally been multiplying like gremlins in the baths. Throw fucking Mowgli in the swimming pool. Mowgli, that's him off the Jungle Book, innit? What's he called? What's he called? The gremlin? Gizmo. That's it. Fucking Mowgli. What's it? Don't know who got that one wrong. No, they're called Mogwai, aren't they? That's it. My memory's not playing tricks on me. Mogwai is the gremlin. Mowgli's the little fucker in the Jungle Book. Anyway, they multiply like wet gremlins. There's 3 million of them rocked up in the last 2 years. So almost the number one thing that you voted for when you voted Tory was to control your borders. It was one of the big things about the EU. And you voted Tory and you got 3 million immigrants in 2 years. Absolutely shit your pants, because it's like the literal opposite of what you voted for. Fat, albino, porridge-faced, four-flushing, scum-sucking sack of shit Boris Johnson did the exact opposite of everything he told you he was going to do, what you voted for. Exact opposite of everything we voted for. And they're telling themselves, oh, you know what the problem is? Mortgage. Yeah. You have to fucking laugh, don't you? That is comedy genius, that. The exact opposite of everything you voted for. And the reason you were just about to put Conservative on the list. Just, oh yeah, he's only done the exact opposite of every single thing he said he was going to do. No, it's fine. And you're just about to tick it, and then they go, oh yeah, it was the mortgages. Fucking mental. 3 million Joe Dackies turned up and started fisting all the kids. But that wasn't a big deal. It's fine, I'm still going to vote for him. Oh, but your mortgage has gone up 0.5%. Fucking hell, has it? I'm not having that. Here, come see this. The mortgage has gone up 0.5%. Oh, sorry, I can't stop now, Dave. I'm trying to drag 4 Somalians off our fucking teenage girl's shitbox. Yeah, it's not the mortgages. It's the unending fucking lies and the exact opposite of everything we voted for. You silly bastards. Christ almighty. That'll be amazing. All the UK getting you less. Actually, you know what? I'm going to fuck off soon. You've got nearly an hour and I'm nearly out of beer. Right? So we'll sum up. They didn't do terrible. Reform did all right. 13 seats, it could have been none. I'll take that. I'll take that all day long. In the next 4 years, our frog-faced fucking hero is going to hold their feet to the fire. And come 2029, if you're still allowed to vote, Reform will win. Because things are going to get fucking bad. Much, much worse than they are now. They're not going to slow migration, are they? Took 3 million in the last 2 years. Well, suck it up, because you're going to get 4 in the next 2. And then 4 in the 2 after that. And then by 2029, even the Yorkshire Dales is going to look like fucking Karachi. You'll go for a walk through somewhere like Sunderland and it'll look like Mogadishu. It'll be like an episode of Black Hawk Down. You'll go on a helicopter ride above Sunderland in 2029. Black Hawk fucking down. So, as I said, we'll try and chuckle our way through. Expect everything to get more expensive. Expect you're not going to have any free money. You're going to have to tighten your belts. It's going to be fucking hardcore. But, remember, it is character building. If I can end on a high note, without telling jokes, I'll try and be serious, right? In my life, looking back at the last 44 years, whenever I've really been doing well, I think my health suffered, my mental health suffered. I haven't been as happy as when I'm up against the wall. It sounds counterproductive, but if you just reframe everything in your mind, it's better for you. Like when I was skint, when I first left the court and I was living off my saving because I'm too proud to get door money, I was looking for a job. I was living mega clean. It only took me about 3 months to get a job, but I think that was the happiest I was because I wasn't drinking. I was going to the fucking gym every day. My pleasure time wasn't spent in restaurants or pubs or out on the piss or eating good shit. It was like I was living clean. I was eating mega healthy. I was training. If you reframe it in your brain, there's a ton of good stuff comes from a little bit of poverty. It's the lefty walkers who want to give everyone everything for free that sell you that the key to life is plenty. Oh, I want to eat in a restaurant 7 days a week. I want to drink 7 days a week. It's good if you reframe it in your brain and tell yourself it's a challenge that I should embrace. Dealing with a bit of fucking immiseration, you can enjoy it. You can't just get through it, you can enjoy it. Now I do try to only drink 1 day a week. I very rarely eat out. I eat pretty clean. It's a challenge, and I've got plenty of cash. I'm working full time, and I do YouTube as a side gig. There's a lot of good aspects you can take from hardship. Our grandparents had fuck all. Our great-grandparents had even less, but they were happy. You all remember it. My nanny used to tell me that all the time. We were happy. We had an out, but we were happy. So, to sum up, it's going to get much, much worse. Hoard what you can. Legal weaponry. Get some rations in. Store a few fucking dozen gallons of potable water. It's going to get bad. But if you keep a strong mind and a strong body, don't drink too much, don't do drugs, stay fit, read a lot, stay mentally sound, embrace the coming hardship as a challenge, and you'll get through it. And it might even surprise you, and you'll be in a better place. Because when I go on the piss for 2 weeks, I feel like shite at the end of it. Restaurants every day, pubs every night, feel like shit at the end of it. Embrace the hardship that's coming, and it really can bring the best out in you. Train, eat clean, read, and tune in the Angry Bootneck, and we can have a laugh and chuckle as the fucking world burns. Because Keir Starmer couldn't run a piss up in a brewery. If nothing else, it'll be fucking entertaining, but it's going to get rough. So, suck it up, take it as a challenge, and we'll chuckle all the way at the madhouse. All right? Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I appreciate it, all the new members. I'll give some shite away next week. And yeah, embrace the suck is a very simple American way of putting it. Thanks for tuning in. See you all very soon. Have a fucking great weekend. Stay pissed. And I'll talk to you all on Monday, all right? Cheers. Toodle pip.